Good morning. Welcome to Your View. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hi, ladies. Hi, how was your weekend?
Our weekend ended on a very fantastic note.
Okay. I was asking you again.
I think my hormones are in overdrive because I'm used to my weekend being
Sleepy
and relaxed, except when I'm working. But the weekend pretty much was online. From moving, I don't remember what happened on Saturday. I went exercising, but yesterday was Mariah's husband's surprise party. I was glad that I was able to make that.
Yeah, I was glad to see
Then
you.
also the
Event.
people living with disability in First Act, that was a fantastic event. I couldn't stay till the end because I noticed that Oshodi Apapa Expressway does not have lights at night. So I left early, but it was fantastic. They had lots of people, lots of comedians and musicians showed support. It was a full crowd, people buying their wares, you know.
Wow.
I saw a very nice white necklace I wanted to buy, but I'd disbursed all my money at the time, so.
Congratulations to them. It was called R4 something.
R4 capabilities.
R4 capabilities.
Yeah.
Good.
So nice.
It's so, unfortunately, we couldn't make it. You know, we had.
No, I already told him that.
Yeah.
It
Good.
was.
Top still. How you doing? I like your hair.
Thank you.
So it's getting longer and goodness, healthier. Before you know it, it's as if you're carrying something on your head. How you doing?
I'm happy and grateful to God. I've enjoyed the process. I'm still enjoying the hair, but the hair is just like every other person having hair on their head, so I don't see anything big about it. However, yesterday we had so much fun at Mariah's surprise party, and my son was eating Chinese rice. That Chinese rice was awesome. I'm going to even tweet our contacts, please, because people need to. When you're doing good, people need to encourage you.
And the Chinese was great. Everybody talked about that Chinese.
Yeah, it was
Everybody
a really
was
nice
saying,
meal.
"Mariah, the
And my
Chinese
son was eating, my little baby, you said he was
was
swallowing,
gulping.
but he was really enjoying it. We had fun.
Yeah.
But what stood out for me at the event was how you might not think much of yourself, but you see people come and talk about you.
Yeah.
As in, you see yourself through the eyes of others and how
Husband
you've
couldn't
impacted
sleep.
on their life.
I
can imagine how you will
He
feel.
was like, Mariah, I can't believe it.
People came from
Everybody showed
Abuja,
up. Oh my
and like
goodness,
it was-
I can't believe. But I said, me, I'm going to work tomorrow. You know, you're an employer. I'm an employee. I have to go to the office. I can't sleep. I said, hey, so don't worry. I want to sleep.
But it makes you understand that your life has been of impact. You know, people just kept saying, "Oh, I knew Femi. Oh, how Femi was this? How Femi was that?" I'm
Thank
like,
God for that. Thank God. How you doing, Owa?
MC.
My debut. The worker was not around. You not go bad me. If you were around, you would have been the
Default
MC.
Yes, so.
Default MC. But I was really happy yesterday. You know, I love the part of that surprise. You know, you at some
was
point,
almost crying.
Uncle Femi was crying. You know, not almost. He was actually crying. You know, but I'm happy about it. But this week, we're having our Excellence Leadership Conference.
Yes, so
I'm really fired up. Then
Publicity
also,
for your church.
hold on.
they can't help
On
it.
Friday is my birthday.
Yeah, we're
So-
taking red velvet chocolate cake. Please just
please.
deliver it. Red
Please.
velvet chocolate cake.
Please,
We love
don't solicit for that,
Talk
please.
way Makodike.
All right, we have to run up.
They were
on
going
Friday.
live
They're going-
today. We didn't say that.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. In the UK.
We're supposed to be, we're going live in UK today. I'm expecting, so hopefully.
So they're watching us right now in UK.
We're supposed to
Like,
working us like on channel in our UK channel. We'll get the details tomorrow just to be sure.
TVC in the
But
UK.
I wanted to share the story before we go off. Something interesting happened. A little boy, my neighbor's son, yesterday. His name is Eden. My brother gave him a drink, and he looked at her. He looked at my brother. Does my mommy know you? He said no. Then I can't take your drink.
oh my God.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I recorded that. That a lot of
old?
parents, he's 4 years old. No, I'm 3 years old. And he was like,
toddler.
yeah, like, does my mommy know you? My mother said, no, I can't take your drink. And that was really instructive for me. A lot of, you'd be surprised, things you tell your kids and you think they don't know, they actually learn these things.
No,
And
even
he's actually 4 years old, but at least I appreciate that.
Even
he
on
was
the
able-
flip side, you know, most people that are predators on children are actually the people that know their parents. So as she's teaching him that, she's also teaching him that even if the people that I know, if they're acting funny,
Yes.
it's a
They are
red
aware.
flag.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a quick break. When we come back, it's Monday. Lots of stories. We're going to go through the front pages of the newspapers later. Remember we talked to you about Jibrin on Friday. We'll talk about it a bit on hot topics. And later also on Let's Talk, Lagos State, we heard that they are employing graduates for conductors. So that'll be our Let's Talk later. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, let's start with the punch this morning. $30 billion loan, fresh executive and National Assembly's clash looms. Lawmakers want constituency projects factored into plan. House of Reps kicks. Demand details ahead of debate. Picture here of the Basilica of Norcia after the earthquake in Italian town. Buhari never asked any judge to pervert poll judgment, says presidency. Man treks from Lagos to Zaria for lover. Yeah. Suicide bomber targeting Borno IDP's camp shot dead. Supreme Court Justice under probe withdraw from sittings. No nepotism. Detention of critics under my government, says Jonathan. Recession. Ford stops exportation of 500 vehicles to Nigeria. And Olubadan's daughter dies in auto accident. Lots of stories here.
Story of the man that trekked from Zaria
from Lagos.
From Lagos to Zaria.
Love in Zaria.
For his lover. His name is Tunde Agbaje. He's 26 years old, and it's reported that he's the cousin of former PDP gubernatorial candidate Jimmy Agbaje. That he met this young girl. What's her name? Sharon Donald at Ikoyi. And he's, they've gotten really close. They are friends and all that. So he's been proposing marriage to her for a long time now, and she keeps declining his proposal. Okay. So hopefully, he now decided to show her. He wanted to show her how much the love is strong. So he trekked, and he was reported. But is it possible 19 days trek?
Yes, no.
Somebody trekked for 19 days.
I think he needs to
Zaria.
There's mental imbalance in the matter.
No, don't assume that.
I think
19 days of walking, you are a jobless man. That's number one. So there's no love that.
Okay, let's
Sharon.
Murayo, you can take leave now.
Don't say that.
19 days.
Oh, in what people they do that kind of thing
now? They do that a
lot. Don't.
Excuse me.
For a course, you can go.
Sunday Agbaje is not Oyinbo, he's Yoruba.
Okay.
I wanted to take a major headline, but let's move on.
Oh, the major headline is pretty interesting.
Please.
Murayo,
go ahead.
I need you to expose this your
breakdown. Listen. All this headline was just saying.
No, I read the headline. I'm talking about that 30 billion, 29.9 billion.
I'll give you the breakdown. Okay.
You need to give me that breakdown.
I'll give you the breakdown.
But I want to mention the
because what is causing this fight is National Assembly are saying this loan you want to take.
Yeah.
We need to do
our constituency allowance.
Not allowance. Concerning projects.
Not
allowance. We know projects.
Excuse me.
How many of
they
them
give them constituency allowance for constituency projects.
No, he is saying that they have projects specifically for their constituents and they want it to be factored into this. Has nothing to do with their regular allowance for constituency.
Who do they give it to?
National Assembly now.
The same thing in different ways.
All right, moving on to the nation. $2.2 billion arms deal. Dasuki to call Jonathan as witness. Buhari says, I have never asked anybody to induce justice. And picture here of Funke Shonaike poses with the ITTF champions women's singles here in Morocco. More knocks for Senate over CCB and CCT Act. Nigeria lost 2.1 trillion to militancy, says NNPC boss. All right, who has any story in Nation?
The picture, I want to celebrate the young lady. Her name is Funke
Shonaike.
Yeah.
Okay.
That she's been battling it for 2 years now. The Egyptian counterpart had been the champions for the International Tennis Federation, but she finally grabbed the trophy yesterday.
Congratulations to her.
Really, really nice. Some of our sports people do things, small.
Individually,
like
without support of Nigeria
and all that. Yeah, we don't know about
we don't
them,
know
so we should always celebrate them.
But all right.
No, it's usually an individual struggle. Trust me. Yeah.
Okay, moving on very quickly to Vanguard. Niger Delta leaders reject federal government's $10 billion development package. Picture here of Mama Bakassi and a whole bunch of other people at a last peace initiative meeting back in Abuja. Jonathan tasks politician on unity harmony. 11 insurance firms underwrite NNPC's group life 2.4 billion naira. One die as protest turns bloody in Ondo. World Bank, IMF mounts pressure on federal government to come up with economic blueprint. Right.
Yes, now.
Niger Delta story.
The people who want to give us loan are saying, let us see your blueprint. So
I'm surprised we don't have a blueprint by now.
I'm sure they do, but
they may have.
Yeah.
They are just asking them to show us. So the Niger Delta story is that Edwin Clark having a meeting with his people. They're supposed to have a meeting with President Buhari tomorrow, about 43 traditional leaders alongside Edwin Clark. And they're saying, Oga, this your $10 billion Niger Delta Development Fund. We are rejecting it because the money is not even there. People in other regions will be saying, why are you people shouting? Maybe they say they will give you 10 billion. But we already know that the money is not there. So rather, just let us meet and tell you what we want. Because this 10 billion was done outside of us. We are the ones who know where the shoe is pinching. When we meet you, we tell you what we want.
Okay. However, you know that there are many militancy groups. And the Niger Delta Avengers do have affiliated themselves with this concession. The Greenland militancy group have said that these people are not speaking for them, that Edwin Clark isn't speaking for them, and they blew up a pipeline last week. So we won't solve it by this. If that community, that entire Niger Delta Basin area needs to be properly developed, and it shouldn't go through any politician or group of people. Go there, you can see obviously that this thing, people are suffering. Solve their problem instead of giving room for people to keep on.
Part of their complaint is that they launched the Ogoni land cleanup and they haven't started work on it. So just stop telling us that you are going to do, and you never really do anything.
Okay. Let's move on very quickly to Daily Sun. U.S. wants Nigeria over Boko Haram. Picture here of Lagos school where pupils learn inside flood waters. Ondo Guba Mimiko's allies activate Plan B. Begin talks with APC. Excuse me. Olubadan's daughter dies in auto crash. Princess Mujidat Alagbada. Reps uncovers 640 million naira payment to unlicensed insurance brokers. And Igbo leaders to federal government. Biafra agitation, no threat to security. Okay,
I wish they could zoom into this picture of the children going to school.
I was shocked that in Lagos.
In Ikorodu, they said when they released that water,
dam.
The dam from Ogun State, that it flooded, because this was like an unprecedented. That normally they always prepare for floods and all that, but this was unprecedented. And it was the community, I must commend the community. They were the ones that built even these bridges that you see that is very narrow for the children to go through. That any little slip, they are.
And I appreciate that there's a teacher standing right
watching
there,
them,
making sure that the kids are going
safely.
Them. So that's really good.
It's not a good sight at all for children to go through this. YK sent us a picture of a school in Ogun State.
That the bridge collapsed. I saw a school, a bridge across the river where students pass, and it wasn't well built or is old. It collapsed. I think this happened in Jos, and about 20 students were lost. They drowned.
So we need to be very careful.
Please.
All right, this is Olubadan's daughter. Only our hearts go out to Olubadan. It was really regretful. What happened was that her car broke down, and she decided to take a taxi. And the taxi had an accident, and that's how she died. She sustained lots of injuries.
So rest in peace.
Is it the old Olubadan or the new one?
I think it should be
the current one.
The current one, because it's Olubadan's daughter. It should be the current Olubadan.
Okay, moving on very quickly to our final paper, which is this day. Excuse me. Jonathan, we had no political prisoners in my government. Buhari had nothing to do with arrested judges, says presidency. Ondo poll, INEC awaits appeal court's ruling before further comments on the PDP candidature. That's for Ondo. CBN to sell $500 million forex forwards to meet manufacturers' pent-up demand. Absence of Auditor General threatens federal government's $29 billion external borrowing plan. Right, so Jonathan is saying that he didn't have any political prisoners during his own time.
Because everybody was just stopping.
And that there was freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Before speech and after speech.
He was talking to.
No, but I must agree with him that one, no, because I used to condemn him, gone, and I was never harassed. Now I talk with caution.
No, you don't. You still have.
No. All the things I want to say, I don't say half. Even
but there's something
half of it.
There's a statement he made. I like to quote. He said that that the U.S.-based lawyers should help preserve democratic institutions. Also, he said that diversity was an advantage only when all interest groups in the society feel safe and secure in their day-to-day activities. Our differences in our community in Nigeria should, you know, make us stronger.
We should celebrate it.
We should celebrate it and not allow people to divide us across any form of line.
All right. No, it's always fantastic to talk. Outside.
No, but
when you're inside the matter.
You still have to say the meat.
That's all we can take.
It's true.
Trust me, Buhari too will be speaking a lot. Once he leaves the office, he'll be making a lot of positive comments. I'm wondering, why did you do that?
President Obasanjo too started talking.
Yes, now. This is the demon in Aso Rock.
Yes, sir.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we're going to just rehash what Senator Jibrin's interview on TVC Breakfast Show on Friday. We talked about it. For those of you that haven't watched it, you really need to go online and check that video out, because the truth is that it sounds like he's a lone ranger.
True.
And a lot of people who you don't necessarily have to agree with a lot of things he said, but sometimes people like that need support. So that's why we're just bringing back that issue, so that let us see if we can even support somebody who is trying to make a difference. All right. And later, Lagos State said they're going to employ 1,000 graduates as bus conductors. That will be on Let's Talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. So last Friday, Senator Abdulmumin Jibrin, on an interview on the Breakfast Show TVC, Nigeria, made a few more allegations against Dogara, alleging that the House Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, blackmailed lawmakers not to speak up concerning the budget padding scandal. He further stated that members of the House were not happy about the alleged fraudulent practices of the Speaker, but kept quiet because Dogara used controversial running cost issues to blackmail them. Let's watch this.
From the moment he accused the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, and 3 other principal officers of illegally injecting more than 40 billion naira into the 2016 budget for their personal gains, the controversy has been fueled by one startling revelation or the other. Jibrin has also been very busy, from submitting his petitions to anti-graft agencies to answering questions at the Department of State Services headquarters. For his efforts, he was suspended for 180 legislative days by his colleagues.
What are the issues that I raised that amounted to misconduct? There are issues of corruption, issue of budget fraud against Mr. Speaker, 3 principal officers of the House, and few committee chairmen, less than 10 committee chairmen that conspired to commit the biggest budget fraud in the history of this country. I don't like saying pardon, because pardon is just a small segment of the corruption aspect of the budget process. But what happened was a massive budget fraud and other issues of corruption.
Undeterred by all the obstacles on his way, Jibrin said the budget padding had been in the system since 1999. He has elected to fight it with all that he's got in him. But he admits there are also bigger issues deviling the House of Representatives. Jibrin referred to non-implementation of reforms, individual corruption, misuse of the power of appropriation, and the high running cost of the House as cankerworms eating deep into the fabric of the House.
The party invited me for a meeting. I went, and they told me clearly, Senator Shaibu told me clearly at the meeting, that we are not here to stop you from exposing corruption. We are here for you to brief us about what is going on, what are the facts of the issues. Now, but after the meeting, of course, they felt that, okay, look, let's de-escalate the crisis and reduce talking, but not in any way trying to stop you from raising issues of corruption. 2 days after that, the Speaker went to the State House, had audience with the President, came out from the office of the President and said pardon is not an offense. And it is the same pardon. He said he sacked me. He sacked me because of pardon. People think all I'm trying to do is to get down Dogara. But I said, no. My target is to get reforms in the House. and get corruption out of that house.
Jibrin says he wants corrections made and needed reforms implemented in the House of Reps. He wants capacity and productivity of members to improve, and above all, he wants individual running costs of members, which he said stands at 10 million naira a month, trimmed.
There was pressure on me to drop the issue of running costs, and if I had just wanted to get Dogara out, I would have stopped talking about the running costs and they would have gone and impeached Dogara. But the issue is I am out for a total cleanse up in the House of Representatives. And so I insisted that we must also look at the issue of the running costs.
Total cleanse. Yes, welcome back. Now, as I said, it was an interesting interview on Friday and I wish many people can actually watch it. Now, this case is still ongoing. There's no verdict yet, so we can't be on one side. But the idea is just to bring these allegations to the fore. And these are the issues, because we want to reform generally, even in National Assembly.
Total cleansing.
Total cleansing. Dogara also, not Dogara, Jibrin himself is not clean 100% because he also admitted I have my own idea. I'm not a saint.
He admitted
600 million.
650 million.
That he
so,
has.
But Jumoke, let me start Jumoke or Tokwe, or who wants to go first?
I know where I am, my side. And I am on the side of Jibrin. I was actually actively speaking up for us discussing this today on the show because I felt that we have left Jibrin alone. Now, we place lip service to the idea of let's fight corruption. It makes sense. We want to fight corruption. But when it gets to people and it starts affecting their pockets, we hear a different story, which is what is playing out. So suddenly everybody has cast Jibrin out. He's been suspended for 180 sittings in the assembly. And just because he wasn't going to conform with the establishment. Yes, it was with that establishment. And let's not, before everybody starts saying that, oh, he's been there for the past how many years, the guy has apologized. He said that, I am sorry, I have let this thing slide for so long, but now I am speaking up. Forgive me for what I've done and take what I'm saying at the value, face value. So he brought up the issues. One, budget fraud. He said, don't call it padding, it's fraud. Where money appropriated for projects within their constituency isn't used to do what it's supposed to do. One. Two, where money appropriated should be like 2 million, it is inflated to 6 million to be pocketed. Three, where even when it is the exact figure of 2 million was given, they take half of that money, give them half, buy mats or something, which isn't what they really need, or giving money that won't be enough to do what it's meant to do. Then the main issue, bringing up the running costs, which is something that we are all complaining about. 70% of our budget goes into recurrence. We can't achieve anything with that. So we must deal with this issue if we want to see reasonable development in this country.
And interesting, he also said that the members of the House came to him and said, listen, we agree with you that Dogara is corrupt. We are with you 100%. But we will agree with you and
reduce our own money.
But however, drop the issue of running costs.
Leave
that issue and let's focus on Dogara. He's like, no. I want a complete
total cleansing.
Total cleansing. So because they did not agree with them, that's why they now decided to
all
press briefing to say they are aligning with Dogara.
He revealed that until he reported the case to the EFCC, he had assumed that, there's a constituency project that Dogara took to his house. When they started investigations, they found that there were actually four. Three orders.
Three orders
that he was allocating to himself. And why we're bringing this up is to set the agenda. If you say you want to fight corruption, we must, as a people, defend the whistleblower.
Yes.
He seems... Now, there was a time there were 100 people who wrote a letter and said, we support Jibrin. They did not show their faces. They didn't sign it. But when he brought up issue of running costs, meaning that if he did not add their own money, they would have supported him and removed Dogara. Now, what is funny about this is the totality of these people were taking a loan. You know, you have mentioned predominantly for capital projects. It's this same house that is now asking, what of our own constituency projects?
So we don't even trust them because you might say, we might add your constituency projects there and eventually enters your pocket. So which is what Jibrin is saying, that the entire system in itself is corrupt. Let me come to Uwa.
Yes. You know, I have mentioned on this couch that there was a time my father was approached and said he needed to do a road, and they told him that just in Hausa Kawasa Kasa, you know, that's all. It's just pour sand on it and all that, because the person that was going to give him that contract took a huge chunk of that money, and my father said that this thing cannot fly, and I cannot put my name on something that I know that eventually people will die as a result of bad road. Now, for me, there was something he mentioned that probably we didn't get to. He said that when Aminu Tambuwal was there as the speaker, that he could see sanity. There's something about leaders. A leader must be seen to be very neutral. Now, he said as Dogara came on board, he has successfully brought division in the house, brought them across religious lines, brought them across tribal lines, and so if already, even for me, even if there's no allegation of corruption, that alone, that leadership capacity, it means that from that basis, he's not fit to be called the head of that group, because continually he would continue to divide them across those lines.
Let me add another thing that Tokwe touched on, which I really want to let our viewers understand. What Jibrin said that got to me was the fact that, and he used the illustration of maybe a constituency project, maybe something costs 2 million, for example.
You said a transformer.
You now add it to, you now pad it and make it 6 million, right? So you do it, and the 4 million belongs to you. That's one. Two, the cost is 2 million, right? You take out 1 million. That 1 million
cannot even buy the transformer.
You can't buy the transformer, for example. So then you don't have the transformer. Or some of the worst ones that are the 2 million, they take the whole thing and now buy you something like one thing that got to me is that a lot of this is our House of Reps. They go to their constituency and buy them maybe
grinding machine.
And that was when your constituency project, when your House of Reps gives you keke napep or grinding machine, know that the real money is somewhere in his pocket.
Let me add something.
And what he did, he just use that to get you to alleviate.
He mentioned something. He mentioned that based on investigation, they found that Dogara had borehole meant for his constituency inside his farm. So his own farm has become constituency that they are powering with boreholes that was paid for by the federal government.
We need to round up, but the idea was just to let people remind people that, listen, this thing happened on Friday.
We need to stand with him.
The interview happened on Friday.
Go and watch it, share it.
Then get your own thoughts. And we're waiting for Dogara to say his own side of the story, so that we have both sides.
But he said something.
I have a question.
Jibrin said that even with all the things that he's been shouting, that
they never called him corrupt.
They have not come out to say that this is what, it tells you that his hands are clean. I wanted to say that even for that 2 million and they pad it up to 6 million, sometimes even the 2 million that they even give you, at the end of the day, you do not even deliver. These members, do they even follow up on the contractors to say that
when they have chopped half of the money?
Because they know that they are also corrupt.
I have a question, and this is for the federal government. If we say we're fighting corruption, where is the investigative panel raised to look into these allegations?
Nobody's doing that.
Rather, the man has been suspended. If we keep quiet about it, he's going to go down, losing his job for being the whistleblower. And we have a Whistleblower Protecting Act. Who is defending him?
Anyway, we need to find a way to also call back our House of Reps. When we realize that what they're doing is padding and collecting money, I think we need to find a process.
Self-serving.
Figure out what that process is about, and then put it online, let people understand what they can do to call back your member of House of Reps.
I think
that's all we can take on the hot topic. We just want to tell you about that video on Friday. Well, good job to our breakfast show guys on Friday. Well done, guys. We enjoyed the interview. In fact, we're all glued like, what the heck? That's all we can take on the show. When we come back, Lagos State said they're going to interview, they're going to employ actually 1,000 graduates as bus conductors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Before we jump into our Let's Talk, let's take a few tweets from last segment. Jumoke?
Baba 2H says, Saraki and Dogara are instigating anarchy in the land by their deeds and action. Nigerians beware. Olamide Bakari says, it's unfortunate that legislative apparatus has left the whims and caprices of National Assembly for political vendetta against perceived witch hunts.
Oladeji, dear caller, says, the whole NAS are corrupt. It's only in Nigeria that both Senate President and Speaker has corrupt cases on them.
Okay. Olufemi says, please, why are we still entertaining Jibrin's drama after he's reported his case to relevant law enforcement agencies?
Okay.
And my answer to that is because it seems law enforcement agencies are not doing things that we can see. Maybe they are doing it
All right.
behind.
Okay, so let's move on very quickly to our Let's Talk. Now, the Lagos State Minister of Transportation, in conjunction with the Bus Conductors Association of Nigeria, that's BCAN, plan to employ 1,000 graduates from different universities as bus conductors in the state, according to reports. The national president of BCAN, Comrade Israel Adeshola, said that the new policy is to give bus conducting profession a new look. He also said that the graduates will be employed as bus conductors and will be on payroll of the government with a salary of 50,000 naira per month. Now, what are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can tweet to us, excuse me, at TVC Connect, and please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Now, this issue, who wants to jump in first?
Is it hula baloo about nothing? In the sense that there are lots of youth who do not have employment, and if Lagos State is being proactive and not waiting for the federal government by creating employment, why are we making a lot of noise about it? Now, you know how we've lost the values for dignity for labor, and people thinking that conductor, graduates, I'd rather sit at home for 5 years waiting for the white collar job rather than do conductor. As far as they're being paid a takeable wage,
fair wage,
you know, and 50,000 may seem, it may seem like of today with our inflation at 20% or going on 20%.
It's still a very good wage.
It's a good wage because our minimum wage is 18,500 now. That's the legal minimum wage.
Minimum is for someone who isn't employed. Do you understand that?
Okay, well, let me just jump in with this. I do not have any problem with them.
Before you take a comment, I think I have the Commissioner for Transportation, I believe, is on the phone.
Okay.
Let's direct our questions to him.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Good morning.
Okay, Acting Commissioner.
Acting Commissioner, actually, since, yes. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Are you?
Very good. Yes, this new move to employ 1,000 graduates as bus conductors in Lagos State. Please tell us a bit more about it.
We all know the intention of the state government and the commitment of the government in jobs to Lagosian. And we've done that through most of our ministries. Ministry of Transportation with the intake of around 1,200 last month, VIO, the Air Service. We've been doing that. The government will continue doing that, giving jobs to Lagosian. And our intention is to refleet the transportation system, as in the buses, the yellow buses you are using in Lagos today. We intend to refleet those buses with the new AC buses. So, and there is no how we get a bus without a conductor and a driver.
Okay.
So we intend to refleet with a large number of like 5,000, starting from 1,000. So definitely we have to employ both drivers and conductors.
All right. Okay.
So it's just a plan. We have a plan to increase the buses, the AC buses that we are using right now.
Okay, Honorable, hang in there. Yes.
Okay, Honorable Sir, the existing bus conductors that we have already in Lagos, do we have any plans for them?
Are we talking of the general conductors or the conductors that are working with the government buses?
No, the general
bus conductors, because you're trying to professionalize the bus conducting business. Now, the people that are already in existence, is there any plan probably to upgrade them to this kind of platform so we have a more centralized form of transportation?
Okay. The reason why we created a platform for them last week is to get, first of all, to get their data, to know them.
Okay.
For security reasons. Then to give them the job opportunity whenever we have that chance to give them the job. So that is why we said, let us get their data, then let us have them on our platform.
Okay.
So that they can be part of us. So anytime where the government is coming up with buses with maybe new buses now. We can just pick from that.
The pool of data.
So that is it. That's what we are trying to do.
Okay.
So that they can now be trained and retrained and retrained.
All right.
So, if you see what is happening outside there, where a conductor will be fighting a passenger
Yes.
Always.
because of change or whatever. So we want to change that attitude.
Okay. All right.
So that is what we are doing.
All right. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. What conductors for BRT buses are not? Do BRT buses really need conductors, or are you just employing because you want to get more people off the road? Because BRT bus structure have parks, and within the park, you know where the bus is going. They have a tag on them. So what is the bus? The conventional conductors we know here are the ones that shadow and shout the bus stops and all that. Do BRT buses really need bus conductors? And would it not be just mindless job to have graduates that have studied something that could positively influence society doing a job of just a job that was not necessary? Technology can take care of it.
I don't know where they got the information of saying that. I don't know where they got the information from. We are giving job. We want to conduct because we want to have new buses. So definitely we have to give jobs. But nobody is saying particularly that the job is meant for. Why would the government say conductor job is meant for a graduate? So I don't know where the media got the information from.
Okay.
We are not saying a graduate.
Okay.
We have more. We are trying to create more better jobs for our graduates.
Okay.
Because we know what it takes to be a graduate.
Okay. So you're not particularly looking for graduates.
Nobody is saying the conductor job is meant for the graduate. No, nobody is saying that.
But you've not answered her other questions about do we really need, because those buses are actually structured. So do we really need conductors?
Do we really need conductors?
Yes.
You are right. Looking at the size of our labor market, you understand? We can just use it as an opportunity to create employment for people that are just working on the street.
Okay. Okay.
It's not that we cannot. BRT can run without conductor.
them.
You know that.
Okay. Okay.
With a very new good system, you get your ticket, but at the same time we have checkers. Even in London, we have checkers that will just come in to confirm if everything is in order. So we can get checkers.
All right.
So, but at the same time, like in some states now, in United States of America, nobody, even in UK, you don't have fuel attendant.
Yeah.
You go to the fuel pump and you sell your fuel and you go
By
and
yourself, yes.
But if we now try, let's say we now try to in Nigeria, do you know the number of people we send back to the labor market?
True.
Yes. All right.
But Honorable Elegushi,
We just have to do it so that we can give people that job.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
my question to you is, the reason we have an over-bloated civil service in the federal government is this kind of attitude of we have a lot of people in the labor market, let us just employ them. I'd need you to please give us your sustainable plan. How is this sustainable in the long run? We know that Lagos State has a good IGR, but if you're just employing people that you don't really need, just to take them out of the labor market, how are we going to sustain it in the future?
Thank you very much. I'm not going to agree with you that we take people that we don't really need. Like we employ 1,200 last month now. You can see the difference.
Last
The
mile.
difference is on our road now. It means we really need them.
Well, we need last mile.
So, and that's what I'm saying. The jobs we are creating, we need them. We are not just creating those jobs for the sake of we want to keep them jobs.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. You want to continue? Go ahead.
So, as I was saying, so the employment we are creating was based on the need, the vacancies.
Is it
So
sustainable?
we are not, and part of what will build the economy is employment.
True.
If we have more people that are not employed, definitely the economy is having problems.
Right. Thank you very much, Honorable Elegushi. We appreciate you joining us on the show this morning. We're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear your thoughts and comments on a conversation with the Honorable. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. So you can call us on 070806680, or you can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Now, we spoke to the acting Commissioner for Transportation, so he just got the brief recently.
I was about to talk
so,
before they called him.
let's hear your thoughts on what he said, and we'll take some calls too. Yes.
Okay, so I totally I agree with Jumoke on dignity of labor. We need to understand that there's nothing wrong with being a driver or being a conductor of a bus, whether graduate or anything. The point is, it's an honest job. You're getting a fair wage. No big deal. But I believe that we can maximize this our young population much more than putting them in this line. You can never employ people completely. You can't solve the problem of a country unemployment by employing people as a government.
True.
The way to change the statistics and the ratio of unemployment is to encourage the environment of job creation.
Create the enabling environment
for job creation. So the focus shouldn't just be on let's employ them so that we have less people on the road, less people creating crime.
But I think what the Honorable said,
and
I think
we're going to pay them 50,000 per month. If we can afford to pay 500 that per year, if you aggregate it,
that's 600,000
naira per annum. Why don't I just give you 600,000 per annum and help you structure a business that would, in the next 3 years, you would employ somebody?
Bam!
And there are people that can do that. All we need is the money to do it. So give me 600K and tell me,
may I buttress this
do
point?
A business.
Today in the newspapers, our agri people were saying that it's not sustainable the way we want to do this our agri industry, where the banks are giving them loans at 26%, because the banks prefer to give government loans.
Well, do you understand that the government is doing quite a lot to empower young people? They're doing quite a bit to do what you already said. This is just an aspect, but let me take this call. Hang in there. Good morning, are you there?
Is it just suggestion?
Good morning.
Yes, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies. First time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys this morning. Jumoke, well done. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Wow, Tope. I love you, ladies.
Love you too.
Regarding the conductor issue, I think the first thing we should address is maybe if they don't call it conductor, it should be well modified. Then secondly, I think they actually need to employ them. Because when we travel outside the country, we see how these things are done. In Nigeria, there are several times I'll take a BLT bus and I'll see that some people enter without buying their tickets. So if they have other people that can check, like you said, the checkers, when you go to Dubai, it's being done regularly. They check you, and in Dubai, I know they can fine you as much as 500 dirhams. 500 dirhams is a lot of money compared to the amount you buy your ticket. So I think if these people are employed, it will do a lot of jobs. It will do in Nigeria a lot of betterment.
Thank you very much for me. Yes.
So, Mariah, honestly speaking, I don't think we're making a fuss out of nothing. The people that go on the aircraft, when you walk in and they welcome you into the aircraft.
Air conductor.
Hold on. And they come and they serve you food, and they, what do we call them? We call
hostesses.
them hostesses and cabin crews. I think there's no difference between that and the people that take care of you in the buses. What I would want for the government to do is find a way, because they've said they want to make it a good profession. So it's the structure. You know, put them in decent, I don't like the idea that you are doing something and you're looking all haggard and all that. There has to be a decent presentation that these are the people. So when you, as a commuter, sees them and you go into that bus, you would respect them. It is how they present themselves. That is how they will be respected. So I don't think there's any difference between a cabin crew and this bus conductor. There's no difference.
Okay, let me take
this. Just that one is being paid very well.
Let me know. 50,000 naira is a good pay. Trust me. Don't even go there. Let's go to
Happy.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I studied architecture in university for 5 years. So you can't expect me now to graduate after graduation, come and have a pay job of 50,000 per month. I like what Papa said. It's better for you to empower me. Whereby we empower other young graduates who are architects to use our knowledge to solve most of our problems in this country.
All right, thank you very much. Hang in there. Let me respond to that. I don't agree with you.
About 50,000.
Because the truth is that if you read whatever it is in university and you come out and you're a bus conductor, you're doing that because right now it's a pay to start off. Tomorrow you can actually become a bus conductor company where you train bus conductors for different things. Let's not always castigate that, this kind of jobs are for these kinds of people.
Yes.
The truth is that we must appreciate every single kind of labor. I have thrown papers in the US.
Mariah.
I have carried bicycle and thrown paper at 4 a.m. in the morning. I did it. We must always appreciate every single job.
Let me even add something. Let me tell you something. For me,
That's where we started
when my husband graduated, he was a bus driver. But he's not there today. When I graduated, for instance, Jumoke, I collected 15,000 naira salary. All we need to do, listen, if you are being employed tomorrow as a bus conductor, what you should do is have a plan for your life and save your money towards this business that Tokpa is talking about. Okay. For me, anything that will take you out of that unemployment market.
I'll let Jumoke come in here, but it's the same thing. If you get 50,000 naira or 20,000 naira per month and you save, instead of somebody going government handing you 600,000 naira, you earn the money.
Yes.
You want to utilize that money better than somebody just saying, oh, come on, collect 1 million naira for the business.
If you're just earning it, opening doors that people can open by themselves, you may not actually start to use your brain well. So that's not aside, but I was going to talk about sustainability. Okay. There was a time we took yellow buses off Ikoyi, Lekki, Aja, and employed, I think they were OND, they were wearing tie. Where are those buses today? So sustainability, where are the old Lagos State buses of many years ago? What we need sustainability. Yeah. Whoever is drafting this, I agree that you are employing some people. Let us not bloat the government civil servants unnecessarily.
Don't worry, we have money.
I know people have money.
There's a taxi company already existing right now in Nigeria. I don't want to give them too many publicity. And we know that most of their drivers are all graduates. Most of them are graduates.
You know what they
listen, they earn a commission. They have a basic salary.
But do you know that
if they earn on commission, so the harder they work, the more money they make.
So this is why the government should do
commission. Hang in there. So imagine you're a bus. Remember, you're a bus conductor. You're a young guy, graduate. You're smart, and you're a bus conductor. I think, okay, how can we do this that is more automated? You then write a proposal to the government, say, you know what? Why don't we do so that it's based on commission? You become a solution. So you just say, oh, I can't be a conductor, I can't be a graduate. No, you do it first, and then find how you can be a problem solver.
Something. I'm not against what is going on. And I don't say that, I don't believe that graduates should feel they are above doing a job as a conductor. I am all for planning, but I also know that to grow this economy, you need to empower the small businesses on a bigger scale.
Lagos State government is already doing that.
Know, but we can do much more. Okay. We can do much more. We can do much more.
All right.
My husband's downfall, everybody that entered inside that downfall knew that this one was different.
Yes.
So that is what you should focus on.
Lagos State, Farouk says, Lagos State government should empower youth in agriculture that will provide more jobs and food annually. Ajogu says, if they can pay up to that amount, above 50k or 60k is okay. Olugbala says, what has happened with new drivers on the Badagry Express Road? Abu Hafiz says, governments do employ people as casual workers. I don't think it's a big deal.
Yusuf Olakunle says, I doubt if they have plans for existing bus conductors. They just want to complicate the segment or more. Otumba Ade said, I left Nigeria disappointed with my interactions with these so-called graduates. I find them very difficult to employ.
All right, we need to go, but I need to correct that. The Honorable already said that they're going to train and retrain the existing ones and have them in their database. Hopefully, and they're not categorically saying it has to be graduates. They're just saying once you go through the training and you're good enough, then they'll employ you. All right, that's all we can take on the show. Don't forget, it's still the month of October. The breast cancer campaign is still on. The best cure for breast cancer is early detection. Please get tested today. Make it a monthly or an annual thing in October to get your breast tested. Have a lovely morning. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.